Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important. Not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. My videos are not pertaining to the massive asses. I don't need the massive asses of attention. All right, I know some guys want to put me on the Radio Shark Show. I did that, okay? I did the streams and shit. I did all of the type of shit, but I keep my shit in esoteric more knowledge. I just don't like talk about women and stuff like that, and trying to help the red pill too much and MGTOW, because that's what I always been doing with the emerald pill, trying to convert these guys to wise up, okay? You know. So, what this video is going to be about, if you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast fest, you put it down below. What this video is going to be about, I talk about things that guys don't talk about on the internet. It could be, if you look for it, you won't find it. If I start talking about something, it's usually someone saw my video and then start talking about it. Most of the time it is, okay? I'm the only guy that talks about microchimerism, okay? You know, where a woman's DNA is already in her body with another man's DNA is in a woman's body already. I'm the only one who talks about that stuff. But if you look it up, you won't find it. But you might be able to find it now, because I always be talking about that shit. I talk about how guys can defend themselves against the Jezebel spirit. But anyway, this video is going to be about the fall of Kevin Simp Samuels. Now, I say simp to gain me a little bit of notoriety, okay? You know, because most guys are simps, okay? And I'm saying the fall because this is the predicament in which I predicted for myself if I became popular, started getting a computer, starting to do all this editing, starting to do this, starting to do that. When you do all those things, you gain notoriety, okay, and attention to yourself. What I learned from history back in the 80s and the 90s, it is always wiser to be concealed than to be in open. Okay, and then I realized being paranoid is the safest way to go, because I'm a schizoaffective individual, so I have to be paranoid because people are not paranoid. And then when bad things happen, they don't know because they're not paranoid enough. Anything can happen when you're in the crowd. But when I say the fall of Kevin Simp Samuels, you got to think about the pathology, what I'm saying here. I don't hate on Kevin Simp Samuels. I just know that he's a simp, and pretty much most of you guys are simping. You're going to be simping regardless, because you don't even understand what the word simp means. That's the first thing, okay? The simp means suckers investing in mediocre pussy. Mediocre means used, okay? And what happens is that when the girl is not a virgin, you settle for less. You're fucking yourself. There's a lot more men virgins out there. Like I said, I talk about that shit than there are women. Between the ages of 13 and 16, by fact, women have more sex, or they've been molested, okay? But a lot more choose to do these things rather than just, you know, they're born like with a nympho gene in their body. But y'all guys don't know about that shit. But I take out the middleman because I don't like to be exposed too much, not because I act cringy on the YouTube. It's because the fact that people will attack you, and I got no time to be attacked like physically. People come into my house, people doing this, okay, people trying to rob me. I got to worry about, you know, people try to pay me all of the time, but I say I'm not interested because I'm not falling for that trap. But the fall of Kevin Simp Samuels is going to happen in a way that he's going to break, okay? He's going to break. I reach for higher hanging fruit while you guys reach for the low hanging fruit. When you guys start talking, you get hornier and hornier. You got to do things to keep yourself distracted so you won't get horny. But a lot of guys will settle for a female who's not a virgin. And I already told you before, alphas only deal with virgins. They only deal with polygyny. Like, look at Brother Polite. Though he didn't get back in touch with me, Brother Polite didn't get back in touch with me about his wives being virgins. They obviously wasn't virgins when he met them. All right, so basically he's a beta alpha. He's just going to stay at the beta alpha stage. When you're an alpha, you deal with high quality women. Like me, when I travel overseas, my first wife was Ethiopia. I lost my virginity when I was 31. Okay, I talk about that shit all the time. I'm not embarrassed. I just know I was never a simp. Now, everybody can fit in the category of a beta alpha, but they can never fit in the category of an alpha. They can't do it because of who I came from, where I came from. All right, so the pathology is simple and clear. As Kevin Simp Samuels get all this attention, there are a bunch of women who's willing to manipulate you, because as Kevin Simp Samuels watching me, okay, you just make sure you understand there are going to be some women who you may end up running into, and you may fall because, like Samson and Delilah, they're going to fall you. They're going to befall you. My women are overseas, so they can't touch me because that's what I'm worried about, right? So I'm just giving you a message, Kevin Simp Samuels, and all those guys who think I hate Kevin Simp Samuels. I don't hate anybody who does any type of hustle on the internet. I'm just trying to call it like I see it, okay? He already had 2 divorces, and he ain't profit from his hoes. Most women who get married to men are prostitutes and hoes, okay? They're not virgins. They didn't get approval from their father, and that's a fact. But if you heard this message, you know how important virginity is. I'm the only one that makes videos about what I do, and I'm on PORNHUB, right? All right, with the permission of the females, okay? And I got IDs and shit. I don't be making up shit. But anyway, if you want to continue on with your path, okay, of believing in Kevin Simp Samuels or Kevin Simp Samuels, if you're listening to me, you got to protect yourself, because there will be a Jezebel out there who will trick you. She's going to trick you, and I don't want that fall to happen. I don't spew no ill will upon anybody who's hustling. I repeat, I do not. Just like prostitutes, I don't care. Okay, let them do their whoredom and let them do all that stuff. They're going to have a consequence. But remember, when you gain so much popularity and you putting a beta alpha construct out there of how to be a high value man, that's a beta alpha construct to me, okay? And because also I was taught what a high value man is a long time ago back in the 80s. You're going to fall because some women is going to trick you. Like that one interview Kevin Simp Samuels had, and this prostitute, she was talking to him like, she said to him, she complimented him and said, "You're a mighty fine old man," she said. Though she was completely in the Jezebel, she rode the cock carousel, you can tell she stink a mile away. He was like, he didn't even say thank you. But understand this, there will be women who will basically try to get on his good side and make him fall, because that's what women do. They get in touch with you. Because my woman, I brought my Ethiopian wife, and she failed, of course, because I told you before, you know, I tell you guys all the time, keep them in the country. My voice is to protect me, so I had to bring her back, and my wife and my other daughters, okay, you know, because I'll benefit in the long run, because I'm not with my daughters. See, my shit is all, I'm already in isolation here. They won't be able to touch me because I got my daughters, I got custody, I get paid for my wife. My wife is angry as fuck as me. I told her before it happens, okay? Not my problem. But I teach men how to take advantage of the Jezebel, all right? I teach men how to go to court first. I teach men how to keep in touch with me so I can give you the lowdown. But if you're not part of my Patreon, my 4th tier Patreon, I can't keep in touch with you, because every year I kind of clean out everybody and then I'll disappear. I'm sorry. People be saying, "What happened to you?" I say, "Have you joined my Patreon?" I don't know who you are. I don't remember. I talk to a lot of people. But I'm on a different scale than Kevin Simp Samuels. So please understand, this is a message for Kevin Samuels and also every guy who want to follow him, try to become a fake beta alpha, high value male, okay? And that's all I really wanted to say. It will be because of a female. Or it will be about someone saying they defamed my character or some shit like that. But I hope that doesn't happen. I like some of Kevin Simp Samuels' content, but I don't really follow him because I know exactly what he says for every female he talks to. He has nothing different to say to no man, and he teaches no kind of so-called professional, image consultant. That he's not a professional image consultant. Most people don't do background research on anybody. But I can tell you right now, no one's perfect. I'm a schizo. You want to take knowledge from a schizo? You know, but if you do know what schizophrenia is, and you do know there's many variations, you should never make judgment upon every person who's a schizo. You should never do that, because most of you motherfuckers who make judgments don't ask questions. I've traveled overseas. I had many women in my life. Okay, I've counseled women. I've been a gun. No, a lot of guys can't do what I do, but you can't say everybody's a delusional. You call me a delusional, I can easily call you a delusional. It's not really hard to do that. Okay, but I can reverse the psychology just as you say I'm delusional. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about that attention like that. But I'm not jealous, as I said before. I'm not jealous or anything. It's just that it may seem like it, but I'm not. I'm just trying to help him out. And I tried to tell you guys that's not the way to go. Kevin Simp Samuels is not the knowledge. He is not a therapist. I'm a therapist, okay? But it's okay. You don't have to believe me. Check out my credentials down below, and you know how to join my fucking 4th tier. I talk to so many guys, and they know who I am. I'm real McCoy. I don't like to be out there in the world. I don't mind if you take some of my information, but don't fly with it and say you're an alpha. Okay? Don't fly with it unless you change for the better. Okay, you know I told you, virginity, polygyny, and respect. Okay, and it's assets over ass at all times, and also the father figure, health. Okay, these things are important to alphas. Everybody else, they can go be a beta alpha all they want. Peace.